Hello, everybody. Today we're going over the workings of I hope I'm saying this right, the PHINISTEK media player. This is a high resolution music player, and we are currently using this one for the quantum resonance crystal beds and some of the crystal lights. Initially, when you will receive this product, you'll pull it out of the carry case, and it has a glass front and a glass back. And we recommend putting maybe some small little rubber feet on this to help secure it, because glass, as you know, is very slippery, especially when it's on a surface like metal. So that will really help keep it in place. Let's go over what the connections and all that stuff look like on the outside. So on the very bottom of this unit, we have all these small holes, and that's actually a speaker. And although you aren't going to use that speaker, it's there. So if you physically didn't have your cable that runs into the control box plugged into this, you would in fact hear music coming out of the end of it. And then we have a charge port that is a USB-C, so it's that newer oval style charging port. Next up is we have the micro SD card. We currently don't have any music loaded onto that. That is a spare slot, so if you in the future want to put more music on there, there's going to be ample room to do so. We also have the volume up volume down and the volume up button right on the edge, and these are kind of recessed, so if you were to lay this on the flat against something, you wouldn't actually hit those. So they're nice having mechanical buttons that you can physically push and manipulate. We do keep the volume at full when we're using these products, because we're not interested in changing the volume through here, but rather through the knobs that are on the control box. We have the main power button here. We have two connector spots. One of them is a line output, meaning there's no amplification to it. And then the other one is a headphone, meaning that it does have amplification to it. You can use either one of these. We typically will tape over one of these to avoid confusion. So you just see one hole and you plug it in and you're good. On the last side that we have, so we had the bottom, we have the side with the buttons, the power, those, and then finally this side has nothing at all on it. And then again, the glass back is clear, there's nothing there. Now when we zoom in, you can see it actually says charge for that charge port, volume minus, volume positive, and then power for up here. We actually have the glass front. Now these are touch sensitive, but you have to push them a pretty good amount. It's not something where you just lightly touch it and it does something. So that's a nice feature, because you're going to pick this thing up and maybe sometimes just graze over those and you don't want it to do something. So let's power this up. Press and hold for a full second. Release. And then it's going to go through its wake up protocol. Let's zoom in on this. You'll see the P for PHINISTEK. Now we already had this set up for playing music, so it went right to the last song that we started doing. If we let's go back. And so we are in one of our folders. This one is one of our quantum resonance folders. We're going to go back again. Now you can see there's 3 folders: beats, themes, tranquil. Go back one more time. And now we're at the top level of these categories. You can use the bottom arrows to make changes, to scroll through different ones. Hit the middle button for enter. Find ones that you like. Hit the middle button and it'll start playing. You can see the readout right here, which will let you know that it's physically playing. 9, 10, and then you can see the pause. If you see pause, that means it's actually playing. Now, if we hit that again, that goes to the arrow, meaning you need to push that in order to make it work. Also, there's a nice visual indicator. This record actually spins when it's moving, when it's playing. So that's a really nice feature. It tells you in red what it is: tranquil, slow dive, quantum resonance. So it's the folder, the song, and then quantum resonance is the author. We're going to pause that for a minute. Now, we haven't hit this button over here, the one with the 3 horizontal lines. That gives you the ability to fine-tune certain criteria on each song. So you can go through play mode. Let's hit play mode, see what's going on. You can change the play order, so you can repeat one song or all songs in the folder. You can shuffle, and then there's settings for how you want to repeat, how many times you're going to play through it, things like that. So these are things that you can play with. Now, sound settings. There's an equalizer. We don't touch that. The variable speed playback, we don't touch that either. We don't want it to go faster or slower. That would be weird. Now, you can add that song to a playlist. My favorites. It's going to confirm, do I want to put it? Yeah. That's just a quick and easy way to get to a song. You can also remove a song from a playlist, but you have to go into that song to do it. And then you can finally delete a song. Don't recommend that. So we are going to back all the way out until we get to the top. This is the top, and we have tools, FM radio, settings, recorder, Bluetooth, ebook, folder, and back to music. You can access the music through the music icon or through folders. Now we're going to go into folders. This is the local folder. It is not the card. The card is right here, and once again, that is empty. So you would go to the local, meaning it's already inside of this unit. So it has all of the songs in here, everything from all the authors. So you can pick and choose which folder you want to go through that way. So that's one way to do it. And then the other way is to go straight into the music. So you can do it by songs or artists or albums, things like that. So it's a nice feature. There we go, all songs. So play with it, learn it. For the sake of this recording, I'm just going to turn that volume down. Now, ebook, we don't use that. Bluetooth, that is turned off. We do not use Bluetooth on our systems. We do not want any more stuff in the air than is already there. We're trying to heal people, not keep them all scattered. So no Bluetooth, no wireless, none of that. Recorder, that's for personal recordings. We don't use that. You can, we don't. Settings. So when we go into settings, we have power savings. That gives you a sleep timer and power off. Now, what that means is power off is in 30 minutes, if I haven't touched this, if music isn't playing, it will shut off. Display settings. This gives me the backlight timer. If you have this plugged in all the time, meaning this charge port that goes into the control box to give it power and charge it, if you have that 100% of the time, then sure, you can leave it on always on. But otherwise, 30 seconds is a great way to leave it. It has about 20 hours of playtime before you need to recharge. Let's go to brightness. Brightness is pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to use the volume knobs right here to adjust those. Since you're going to be in a darker room, you're going to keep that a little bit dimmer. Date and time, self-explanatory. Language, self-explanatory. Information just gives you information about the system. We're not going to bother going into that. Screensaver gives you the ability to screen off or have a digital clock for the screensaver. And the LEDs for the keys, you see how those just lit up? 2 seconds they stay on. I can make it go to 3 seconds, just like that. So they stay on 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3, and then it turns off. Formatting, no, do not do that. Factory default, no, do not do that. Automatic upgrade, no. So really there isn't a lot for you to play with in settings, which is why we chose this. It's very simple. FM radio, no. That would be kind of weird playing the FM radio on a crystal bed session. Tools. We have alarm, calendar, photos, and videos. So really, again, not a lot in there to use. So everything that you need is already set up by, let's go into the music, see what's playing. Everything you need is right here where my left thumb is about to push those 3 horizontal lines. Right there, it's all right there. And that is it. So I hope this was helpful. Is to get you up and running. Play with it, learn it. You can't break it. If it ever freezes up on you, press and hold the power button for 10 seconds and we'll reboot the system. Now, another thing, when you go and turn this off, if you just tap the power button, it's still going to play, but it's going to shut off the screen immediately. So what you do is press and hold, 1, 2, 3, keep holding, and then it turns off. There you go. Thank you.